after I've seen the G7 statement.
Okay, let me in fact quickly address some more breaking news now coming in. French President Emmanuel Macron has described past military actions aimed at regime change in Iran as strategic errors. He called Trump's early departure from the summit a positive step towards achieving a ceasefire in the Middle East. Let me quickly bring in Sumit Peer for more on this story. Sumit, interestingly, Emmanuel Macron calling Trump's departure a positive step. He believes that Trump's departure could mean possible ceasefire in the Middle East because there will now be deliberations when Donald Trump goes back to the United States on a possible peace deal between Iran and Israel. Meanwhile, Macron has also, Sumit, described past military actions aimed at regime change in Iran as strategic errors.
Uday, thank you very much for having me on your show. Look, if you look at the night which just went by, there have been substantial escalations there. First thing is Benjamin Netanyahu has declared he will not stop the war till the time Iran will have any nuclear capacity in any way whatsoever, any missile capacity, and there will be any proxies of Iran left. So the span of conflict or the scope of conflict has substantially increased. The bombing or the dismantling of IRGC transitional hub at Marsad is not seen well with the Islamic world. Is seen as a kind of an infringement to the second holiest city of Iran, where people are not comfortable with. And then the threats which are coming from Hezbollah that they will march into Israel. The threats which are coming from Houthis that they will attack Iliath. And then you have a problem which is grouping up in and around the region, wherein there are voices emerging from Iraq. They're also threatening Israel in some way or the other. And on the top of that, there was a statement by Agrachi who says that I can call Trump and we can stop this. There are rumors that Khamenei might leave, might end up leaving Iran and end up in Moscow. There are rumors which are circulating all over. We don't know how far they are true. And looking at the quantum of damage and what happened yesterday night and what happened day before that, there have been huge civilian casualties. A lot of Iranian military infrastructure is destroyed, and Benjamin Netanyahu is going to stop at nothing. So if you don't do a ceasefire right now, and if these proxies start coming in, the quantum of damage what this war can do is substantial, and it will go beyond imaginations, because Israel has kind of stated that they're going to use the ultimate brute force because they cannot handle so many people at one go. And Iran is, in my opinion, personal opinion, Iran is running out of the fire because they have a very limited stock of ballistic missiles, and what they have to do is if they get a peace deal right now, otherwise after some time you will definitely see a new regime in Iran. And with the emergence of communists in the scene where they are asking for a revolution within Iran, Khamenei disappearing, Trump and Marco Rubio both leaving G7 early, that means it's something which has to be done or kind of handled urgently. Else, Benjamin Netanyahu has been asking Americans to kind of intervene, kind of help them out. And France is committed that if Israel gets attacked beyond a point, France has to come in. UK has parked 7 jets and a refueler in Cyprus. So if you look at how the conflicts are brewing up, and there is a support which is coming to even to Iran from at least from Pakistan has indicated they may support. And Mohammad Perkazin last night said, I'm urging all the Islamic countries to come and join this war. You look, the war is becoming bigger. It is becoming bigger than what we started. And before it becomes a kind of a much bigger and a wider or a kind of a civilizational conflict, it will be very important to stop this war. And what Trump said yesterday, last night, either Iran should get to the table now, but after some hours or some time, it will be too late because they might not have the opportunity to get to the table. So with all these quick changes happening, I suspect there will be a regime change in Iran, the way things are going on. Now, and that everybody wants to have a say. I think Russians, Chinese, Americans, everybody wants to have a say. The testimony to the fact is that Marco Rubio and Trump leaving G7, not signing the declaration, no joint statement. There's something what they have to attend. There's something urgent which they have to do, and the time is running out. Because that is what I'm sharing with you, Uday, based on all the inputs what I've been tracking up to a few hours back as to how this conflict is shaping up. Uday.
Okay, let me in fact get in some